Augie Nieto is a fitness industry entrepreneur. In 2005, he was diagnosed with ALS and soon became almost completely paralyzed. The only parts of his body he can move are his feet. He uses them to control a speech computer. Even these muscles will eventually degenerate. But he may not lose the ability to communicate. Neurotechnology pioneer Dr. Philip Lowe is hoping to hack into Augie's mind before it's too late. Philip and a team of engineers are building a state-of-the-art brain reader, a device they call the iBrain.
I'm wearing the first portable brain monitor I've built, and what it is doing is that it is recording my brain data. It is actually sending it over to our servers, and our algorithms can crunch on it.
Every time we decide to move our muscles, billions of neurons fire miniature bolts of electricity inside our brains. Philip's electrically sensitive iBrain can detect these electrical pulses by measuring the small changes in voltage they produce on the surface of the scalp.
By seeing the activation of particular brain structures, we can tell, this person is trying to move his hands.
Philip thought the iBrain might help patients like Augie, who, despite their paralysis, have healthy, functioning brains that can still send signals to their muscles.
ALS patients do not have problems when it comes to their own brains. The areas that his brain is using in order to control these limbs, these areas are still working perfectly fine. They're just unemployed right now. Hi, Augie. Nice to see you again.
If the iBrain can pick up Augie's mental intention to move, Philip could create a new means for him to communicate.
You will have a prompt that will ask you to imagine to move your right hand for 4 seconds at a time. And of course, we're going to be monitoring your brainwaves very, very closely during that time and having all our algorithms crunch the data in the background as well.
The test is successful. Philip's iBrain recognizes whenever Augie is thinking about moving his right or left hand.
Augie had a very successful first test. We will use these brain patterns in order to control a virtual hand on the screen, which will enable him to just pick these words and pick these letters and enable him to communicate. So this gives us a lot of hope and encouragement that in fact we have a system that will work for everybody and that will enable individuals to use their brain patterns in order to communicate.
The biggest fear for someone with ALS is to be not able to communicate. That is called being locked in. With the iBrain, I will never be locked in.
All right, so that was 2 years ago, and since then, I've got 3 other things to show you with the story. I'll do it quickly, but this was 2 years ago. Since then, we actually made Augie talk. And this here is the first word that he pronounced using his mind, and it was the word communicate. What we've also done is we used the iBrain 2, which is a multi-channel device, and we said, well, why don't we actually help individuals who have ALS before they get locked in? And this is Augie demoing this, and he's spelling for us using the iBrain 2. So he starts with an F, so we were a little concerned. Down over here, demoing the iBrain 1, all of these kids. And the question is, can we do this, what I just showed you, using a much smaller device? And I knew that from my work on birds before, that it was possible to actually get very high frequency data, even if the electrodes will say very, very close together, and we don't have to have it. So, sure enough, if we use traditional techniques, you can see that we don't see much. But using algorithms, we're able to recover the signal. And we can run this data in real time, which means that now we have the world's smallest so that we can actually do the first we spend a lot of time talking about what will happen in the future, but as far as I'm concerned, the future is happening right now. These technologies are alive right now. They're not necessarily provided to consumers right away. Our focus in our company has been to help people who suffer first and foremost, but to the extent that we can expand in directions, we might do that as well. And finally, I'd like to thank my unbelievable team. Thank you so much.